videos! I demand you post more or I'll be reporting you to YouTube! So, do you remember Haunting Ground? You know, the game that was the first series on my channel. No? Ah, shit. Well, it was supposed to be the 5th installment of Clock Tower, but it got changed during production. Haunting Ground, or Demento, revolves around 18-year-old Fiona Belly, who sustained a car accident while visiting her parents from college. She awakens to find herself in the dungeon of an old castle with no memory of how she got there, once escaping from the cage. Like, seriously, why put her in a cage if you're just gonna leave it unlocked? She soon realises that everything is not as it seems. Fiona has this overwhelming urge to book it while the getting's good. This is where you, the player, takes control of Fiona and guide her through this hell to discover the truth, all whilst being chased by the mentally deranged, artificially stupid, psychologically unstable, mole people, and diabetes. But seriously though, every character in this game has some sort of weird fascination with Fiona, whether it be sexually or... who am I kidding, it's all sexual. All these characters have some desire for Fiona, whether it be from wanting eternal life to wanting to be complete.
I am not complete.
Every character believes Fiona to possess the Azoth, an alchemy symbol of life. Therefore they believe killing her will grant them their desires if she is killed a particular way. Now believe me, all these characters are pretty weird and crazy, but none of them compare to the creepiness of the maid Daniela, who is artificial life. She can't have children, feel pain or pleasure, so she resents Fiona. She believes by simply killing Fiona she can just take the Azoth to make her complete. But that's not the creepy part. Oh no, golly gumdrops no. In order for Daniela to be complete, she needs to cut out Fiona's uterus to make her fertile. Oh, so that explains that one scene where she... Oh god. No means no, I don't want what you're selling. I have to admit, for the time period, making Fiona a sexual object was pretty ballsy. It's not exactly something we saw a lot of in video games at the time, unlike today's games, such as Resident Evil 7. So to make that move in 2005 was pretty brave. Unfortunately, that was the only thing critics praised it for due to the fact that it didn't really stand out to the other survival horror games at the time. It was very generic and predictable, which is why it ended up being forgotten for other titles of the genre. Not to mention the dialogue of Fiona, that was pretty darn bad.
You're not my...
So you're just gonna stand there. The game focuses more on hiding and evading enemies rather than fighting. Fiona is portrayed as a very fragile character that cannot even stand on her own 2 feet. Seriously, how many times can a girl fall over?
Dear holder of Azoth.
Early in the game, Fiona befriends a white shepherd by the name of Huey, and you need him throughout the game in order to survive, so you better treat him good. Seriously, if you fail at treating Huey well throughout the game, you get punished in a big way, whether it be from the simplest things such as disobeying your orders to making puzzles near impossible to complete. And if you were really bad to him, then you may even get the worst ending possible. Also, he can die. Haunting Ground has many endings depending on how you play and treat Huey. There are multiple puzzles, some harder than others. The game does well in making the player feel vulnerable and that you should always be on edge, because you never know when one of these assholes will just sneak up behind you. You can literally be minding your own business, then kablamo! You get shot in the face by Ricardo and his happy trigger finger there. Praise this game for replayability. You can't truly understand the whole story in just one playthrough, and there is no way I can explain it in one video. Plus, I'm pretty sure YouTube wouldn't find it very viewer-friendly. In order to understand the whole story, you have to notice every little detail, read every scrap of information you can find with those stubby little fingers, maintain all collectibles, and unlock all endings. Yeesh. Nearing the end with all the information you retained, everything will finally piece together. Ricardo reveals his true self to you and reveals that he and Hugo, Fiona's father, are actually clones of Lorenzo. Hugo only received the Azoth while being cloned, however. Ricardo failed in getting the essence of life from Hugo, but realises that Fiona inherited the element from her father. After beating the game on the following replay, there is an extra scene of Fiona in the laboratory. Ricardo proceeds to stick an object in you-know-where to examine her Azoth. After probing her, he claims that he needs another 2 or 3 days at most. But even more disturbing, Fiona is now dressed in a different outfit, meaning Ricardo undressed her. Again. After being this complete shitstorm of an atrocity, there are many additional features including costumes, a character gallery, and a movie selection. Like many games of the period. Although this game is very predictable and very much like its predecessors, it still remains a gem within the horror genre. It may not be anything to write home about, but its story definitely makes it stand out amongst the rest, and is definitely one of the creepier titles out there. Being able to feel on edge and watch your every waking move gives you a sense of tension. Knowing that you're fragile encourages you to be more careful about your actions and decisions. And while it may not be any Resident Evil or Fatal Frame, it certainly has its creepy moments to make it stand out. Even though they may be more disturbing than actually scary. Hey everyone, Repixelated here, and I just wanted to give a big thank you for watching this video to the end. Now, before you start getting your pitchforks ready, I know it took a long time to get this video out to you guys. I just wanted to start bringing more quality to my channel than quantity. Please don't kill me. At this stage, every view counts, so the more the merrier. Share it with your friends, your family, the neighbor's cat, that crazy guy across the street, and I hope to see you in the next video. In the future. Distant future.
Huey.